My name is Daniel. I am sitting in a hospital waiting room that no longer exists. The lights above me hum softly, flickering in a way that makes it impossible to tell how much time has passed. The clock on the wall has been stuck at 3:17 for longer than I can remember. Across from me, an empty wheelchair rolls forward an inch, then back again, as if something inside it is testing its balance. The nurses do not look at me anymore. They already know why I'm here. I am waiting for my wife to die again. This used to be a real hospital. Before it thinned into what it is now, it was ordinary. Peeling paint, stained linoleum, chairs bolted to the floor so no one could throw them. This is where they brought Emily after the accident. She was still alive when the ambulance arrived. That is the detail everything hinges on. Emily hated driving at night. She said the road felt wrong, like it had been abandoned on purpose. I told her it was just trees and darkness playing tricks. A deer ran into the road. I swerved. The car rolled. When I woke up, the world was upside down, and Emily was screaming in a way that didn't sound like panic. It sounded like pain that had nowhere to go. She was pinned from the waist down. Metal had folded into her body and stopped there. Not enough to kill her, but enough to make every breath hurt more than the last. Her lungs fought unevenly. Every breath rearranged something inside her that shouldn't move. She kept saying my name. She kept begging me not to let her die. I promised her I wouldn't. I didn't know promises could follow people past the body. At the hospital, they tried to save her. They cut her open while she was awake, not because they wanted to, but because they couldn't afford delay. She felt herself being opened. She felt her body losing arguments with itself. Her heart stopped once. They brought her back. When she screamed again, it sounded different. Hoarse, distant, as if she had already been somewhere and didn't want to return. When she finally died, her eyes were still open. They weren't looking at the doctors. They were fixed on something, waiting behind them. The moment her heart stopped, I felt her leave. Not upward, not downward. Sideways, like she had slipped into a narrow pressure seam pressed against reality, somewhere unfinished, where things that are usually separated are allowed to touch. I went home alone. Emily came with me. At first, she returned as signs: the smell of blood that never faded, the sound of something wet shifting just out of sight, the mattress sinking beside me, then sinking further, as if something heavier had leaned in close. Then she spoke. Her voice came from the walls, strained, trembling, as if speaking caused her pain. "Daniel," she said, "they keep opening me." The bathroom mirror fogged from the inside. Letters appeared slowly, dragged through condensation by something that did not have hands anymore. I understood immediately. Emily did not come back repaired. What appeared to me was not her body, but what remained of her, when the body was no longer enough to contain her. She looked the way she had at the worst moment, unfinished, torn, caught in a shape she was never meant to stay in. She told me where she was. It was not hell. It was not judgment. It was a place of reduction. There are things there. They do not announce themselves. They do not rage. They work quietly, the way machines do, the way careful hands do when time is unlimited. They have no fixed shape. Parts of them slide, overlap, withdraw, and reassemble as needed. They are not interested in suffering. They are interested in separation. They open souls the way anatomy books open bodies, layer by layer. Fear is loosened first, then memory, then attachment. They do not rush. Pain is simply a byproduct of resistance. Emily said, "Love is the hardest thing to remove. It binds too deeply." So they pull it, slowly. Every time she thought of me, they paused. Every time she reached for me, they adjusted their work. She told me they had learned my name. She told me they were using me as a reference point. I searched for a way to help her. I found writings left behind by people who loved someone too much to let them finish dying. The warnings were consistent. Love can anchor a soul, but anchors create strain, and strain attracts what exists to correct it. The ritual I performed did not bring her back. It bound me closer. Something reached into me and began drawing from my future. Years, strength, continuity, feeding it into the place where Emily was being reduced. It stabilized her. It also made me visible. That is how I ended up here. This waiting room exists because I do. Emily is always in surgery. They keep her at the edge, never finished, never released, because my presence allows them to continue without collapse. I am not being punished. I am being used. I feel myself thinning. Time passes unevenly through me. Some days my hands look wrong, as if they belong to someone older. Other days they feel unfamiliar, like they have already been handled by something else. My memories blur, but my love does not. They make sure of that. The nurses are not human. They wear calm faces because panic interrupts the work. They smile when Emily screams because it means the separation is progressing. They watch me closely. They are waiting for the moment I weaken. Because if I stop loving her, if I let go, they will finish what they started. Quickly, cleanly. The clock is starting to move again. That means they're ready. I can hear her through the walls, her voice breaking as something important is loosened inside her. They are doing this because I made a promise I cannot take back. And now, they are measuring how much of myself I am willing to lose. Because love does not save you after death. It only delays the work. And I am running out.